So I'm bored, and unlike the teenagers in the past, I don't want to venture outside. Why? Well, the sun will probably burn me to a crisp. So instead, I want to review a game that took over my life for a year and a half. That game is Epic Conquest, made by Gecko Gecko Games. I guess that's how they're pronounced. I love this game, but when I first played it took me over a year and a half to beat. If you can tell, I'm very bad at video games. While this video game can be beaten in a week, if you use the related strategies, my brain said, no. Just attack, no plan needed. You'll succeed. Well, did I succeed? Yeah, I guess you can say that. It was a long journey. A journey that didn't need to be long whatsoever. So let's get into reviewing this game, shall we? What is this game? What is Epic Conquest? Like, it took over my life for a year, but what is it? Epic Conquest is a game that follows our protagonist Edna. At least I think of her as the protagonist. Edna's a witch, and in this world, witches usually use control of their powers and turn into demons. Well, that's how the humans see it. Edna's mission is to find her brother, and after a many years of training with her master, she decides to set on her mission. On her way, she saves a knight from a large demon. This knight's name is Alistair. Alistair is a royal knight of the Alliance, a group who aims to defeat all demons and witches, or witches before they turn to demons. I know, sounds weird. Alistair's main goal in life is basically to eliminate all demons and witches and turns this way into world peace. You know, that is a little bit contrasting with Edna's goal, which makes the story a lot more interesting. So during their journey, you can basically see that Alistair has hatred for her. Well, the first, like when you first meet. But as the story goes on, he starts to less hate her. I guess I can't find, for lack of a better word. You can see he usually finds her annoying, but he also feels a little bit indebted to her as she saved his life, and he made a promise to help her find her brother. In Epic Conquest, there are two other playable characters that are somewhat important to the story, but they fall into place, I can say, but they're not that important. The first one is Louisa. I'm trying to pronounce her name, but I'm probably pronouncing that right. She's a knight from a renowned family of the Alliance. She's an archer. She and Alistair are somewhat good friends. I wouldn't call them best friends, but they're friends. The other character is Zarav. Probably not pronouncing that right, but I have no clue how to pronounce his name. He's a demon who calls himself the Soul Collector, quote unquote. His goal is to find a pure soul, which he somehow finds in Edna. After making a deal, Edna will give her soul to him after Zariva, I think, helps find her brother. Zariva is basically a reaper, or the Grim Reaper, because he basically travels the world in order to find the purest soul. I don't know how he finds that in Edna, but I guess he has to take what he gets. Now, let's talk about the gameplay. The story is spread out between 4 areas and experienced through levels. These areas are the forest, the capital, the desert, the winterlands, and the overworld. These are just my names for it, but I think there are official names. I think it's also said through the story. Like most RPGs, you can level up each character. There are some pieces of armor available at different levels. You can also get unique weapons for each character, and you could also upgrade each of their individual skills. After unlocking the desert, you are given the option of a companion. These companions usually have unique skills. There is also a shop available for you to purchase potions and food for your character and your companion. There's also a blacksmith available for you to upgrade your weapons and gear, along with crafting new weapons and gear. The studio that made Epic Conquest is called Gecko Games, a gaming studio from Indonesia made up of 8 people. So far, they have only made 2 games, but they have put a lot of great time and effort into creating all of these games, which makes them very special. The sequel to Epic Conquest, called Epic Conquest 2, is now out on both PC and mobile. Epic Conquest 2 is a fully open world game with a lot more characters, quests, and new story for us to follow. And let's not forget, a lot more cute monsters and creatures to interact with. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out both Epic Conquest 1 and Epic Conquest 2. Epic Conquest 1 can be found on both iOS and Android, while Epic Conquest 2 can be found on both iOS, Android, and PC through Steam. Have a nice day.